I'm 34. My girlfriend's 31. We've been in a long-distance relationship for 3 years. We met through friends during the pandemic and stayed together through video calls, visits, and long phone calls. It wasn't always easy, but we made it work. For the past year, we were planning for her to move to my city. She applied for jobs here, accepted one a few months ago, and we signed a lease together. The lease starts in 6 weeks. She gave notice at her job and ended her apartment lease. Everything was set. Then I found out she cheated. It happened last year, during a time when we were both kind of off. She lost her dog. Work was heavy for me, and we weren't talking as much. I thought it was just a low point. She said she was grieving, so I gave her space. We were still texting and talking, just not as often. I figured things would bounce back. They didn't. And what I didn't know was that during that time, she met a guy through a friend. They ended up hooking up. I found out when she accidentally backed up some of her photos to our shared cloud folder. We'd set it up a while back to share pictures and stuff. I got a notification that new files were added, so I checked. Mixed in were some photos I hadn't seen before. Her at a bar, sitting close to a guy, and a couple that made it pretty obvious they were more than friends. I didn't say anything right away. I asked him about him later, casually. At first, she tried to brush it off like it was nothing serious, but later that night, she called and admitted she had cheated. She broke down crying and told me it wasn't just once. They met up a few more times but didn't sleep together again. I didn't buy that. Her story was shifting. First once, then a few meetups but no sex, according to her. All the while, she tried to downplay it. I told her she was disgusting. She got huffy at that and she started saying how long distance was hard, how she felt alone, how I wasn't emotionally available during that stretch, etc. She said she thought I was not being more caring during her mourning period. Said she felt rejected and didn't know how to communicate. Then she said it didn't mean she didn't love me. Just at that moment, she needed to be heard. And rammed, too, I suppose. I said I never cheated. I was dealing with things too and never even thought about stepping out. She said it was a weak moment and she buried it because she didn't want to ruin us. That she was trying to move forward and this move was supposed to be the start of something better. And she's all ready for it. I told her I can't do it anymore. I didn't want her moving in. She said that's not possible. She already submitted her resignation. Her new job here starts in 6 weeks. Her lease ends next month. She has no backup plan. Then she said it would be cruel to leave her stuck like this after I made her leave her life there behind for me. I told her I wouldn't live with someone I didn't trust. She said that felt extreme. Said couples get through worse. She said she's sorry and wants to fix things. I didn't respond much after that. I'm really heartbroken about this. The future I envisioned with her is gone, and I'm apprehensive about the lease I signed with her. I can't live under the same roof with her. How do I untangle this mess? Update. She came to my place this morning without warning, knocked on the door with 2 suitcases saying her other stuff was being shipped later. I let her in. I mean, what choice did I have? We sat down and talked. She said she wanted to be honest now. Said it wasn't once, and it lasted about 2 months. Said they slept together 4 times. She said she ended it because she felt guilty, and she never stopped loving me and didn't know how to fix it, so she just kept quiet. I asked if she was ever going to tell me. She said probably not. She said she thought if she just acted like it never happened and focused on us, it'd be fine. I told her that doesn't work. That's not how you build anything real. I said she was only telling me now because she got caught. She said she didn't want to lose me and was scared. Then she cried. She said she already gave up everything for this move. Her job, her apartment, her dog is gone. Her whole life is packed into a couple of suitcases, all for me. She said she didn't have anyone else in this city and she came here for me. I told her she can still live here, go to work, figure out her life, but she's not living with me, and we're not together anymore. One of us needs to break this lease, and considering she caused this, I told her she should be the one to do so. I don't think I deserve to have that financial burden on me. This is all on her. I told her she crossed a line, and I don't want to rebuild trust from zero. She said it was unfair. She said I was acting like I've never made mistakes. Said I was being cold. Said she still loved me and wanted to fix it. I said I don't care anymore. She asked if she could crash with me for the night. I said I don't think so. She left after that. Said she'd figure something out. I don't know where she went, and I didn't ask. I just sat there for a while after she left. I keep thinking about how if she hadn't mistakenly backed those images up, I'd be living with someone who quite possibly had a whole other relationship behind my back. I don't feel like she was honest with me about the duration of the affair. I believe it lasted a lot longer. I don't know what kind of person does that and thinks it's okay. So yeah, she's here now, after months. We were where we wanted to be all throughout our relationship, but we're not together anymore. We're not anything. I'm still angry, but at least I know where I stand now. Story 2. 5 years later, I'm still in love with my ex-husband. Shall I reach out to him? I'm 39 female. The person I'm talking about is 41 male. He's my ex-husband. We have 2 kids together, aged 10 male and 13 female. We were married for 9 years. I cheated on him for the last 2. It was a full-blown affair. We divorced soon enough after he found out. I tried to reconcile, but he said he doesn't want to. It was the end, and we've been separate in minimal contact for the last 4 to 5 years. He has primary custody of our kids. I was a stay-at-home mom, but also worked at a part-time job for my leisure. It was there I met my lover and began an intense affair. It wasn't a mistake. I take full responsibility of it. I've been in therapy for the last few years. It was harsh to realize what I put my ex-husband through. All lockdown and COVID had taken me down, but I realized that it also made me a better person. How so? I've been working out, attending therapy, reading books, picking up skills, and now I work for a software company. It still isn't an excuse for what I did. I haven't dated anyone after our divorce because I always had that belief inside me that one day we'll still give it another shot. I wasn't happy with our marriage, but I realized it was more of my own insecurities than his faults. He had crippling depression, and I couldn't be a better wife. Instead, I cheated and broke him even more. You can call me a selfish person, because I was at the time I was cheating. I'm not trying to sweep it under the rug. He's awesome, and no way I can ever compete with him. He certainly deserves way better than me. He has legitimate reasons not to ever date me because I stabbed him in the back. But I wish for one single chance to prove myself. I asked my kids about their dad whenever they were here. I also asked if he was dating. They said no. Of course, it does not give me the right to reach out to him, but I can't stop thinking about him. 5 years, 1,800 days I've waited and still am for this. One thing that I know is I love him, and I can't ever in my life feel for anyone else the way I feel for him. I know pretty well I'm in no position to negotiate. I'm being a lot selfish. The past years, I've always tried to reach out to him and help him out. We've talked, and we're currently on good terms. What I did is not forgivable, and I will repay for it for the rest of my life if needed. I don't know if that's a good idea. We were married for nearly a decade. I know him, but I'm still afraid to reach out to him because I don't know if he would like it. We communicate 10 to 15 times monthly, texts and calls, mainly because of the kids, but also he asks how I'm doing. I ask him the same. I'm just afraid to take the step. Should I reach out to him? You can reach out, but don't expect anything from him. And definitely don't make it about your feelings or what you want. He gave you a very clear answer after the divorce. You said he told you he didn't want reconciliation. He has every reason to feel that way, especially after a long-term affair while married with kids. That kind of betrayal is not something anyone can come back from, no matter how much time passes or how much self-work you've done. Now, that doesn't mean people can't grow or change. It sounds like you have done a lot of work on yourself, and that's good. It's necessary, but that doesn't guarantee a second chance, especially not in romantic terms. He's the one who gets to decide if the door stays closed. The question isn't whether you love him or miss him or regret what happened. It's whether he wants you in his life that way. And from everything you've said, he hasn't shown any sign that he does. You're in limited contact, mostly about the kids. He's polite. He checks in. That doesn't mean he's open to more. That's it. If he says no or doesn't respond, you drop it forever.